Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something really simple, but honestly, it's an idea that can completely transform your relationships and bring a real sense of calm to your life. We're calling it the art of reciprocal living.
So let me just start by asking you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Do you ever feel just emotionally drained by your relationships? You know that feeling, right? Like you're the one who's always putting in the effort, always making the first move.
There's a reason we feel that way. And it's summed up so perfectly by this one idea. Life is too short to adjust everyone. That feeling of being drained, it doesn't really come from the relationships themselves. It comes from us constantly trying to force them to be something they're just not. It's exhausting.
Okay, so if the answer isn't to constantly try and adjust everyone, then what do we do? Well, that brings us right into our first part, the philosophy of reciprocity. This isn't about giving up on people. It's about finding a more peaceful, more balanced way of being with them.
So what exactly is reciprocal living? It's pretty simple, really. It's the practice of mirroring the energy you get from others. The whole goal is to create relationships that feel balanced, authentic, and most importantly, peaceful. It's not about keeping score or being rigid. Think of it more like a mindful dance with the people in your life.
And this is what that dance really looks like, right? On one side, you've got your investment, all the energy you give, the calls you make, the support you offer, and on the other side, you have their return. Reciprocity is just about finding a gentle balance between these two. And what's so important to remember is this isn't about scorekeeping, it's about honoring the natural, healthy flow of energy between people.
Okay, so the idea sounds good, right? But how do we actually do it? How does it look in our day-to-day lives? Well, that's what we're getting into in part 2. This is where the philosophy becomes a set of simple, positive actions, the practice of mirroring energy.
The first principle is just beautifully simple. Visit who visits you. Now, this isn't about being petty or keeping a tally, not at all. It's about honoring your own time and your own energy. It's about consciously choosing to share yourself with the people who also choose to make time for you.
And the next one just continues that same gentle rhythm. Call who calls you. It's just a quiet little reminder to yourself to invest your conversational energy where it's actually welcomed and returned. You're just matching the frequency that's coming your way.
This idea applies to our ability to help people too. Support who supports you. Our support, our ability to show up for people, that's a really precious resource, isn't it? This practice just helps guide us to share that gift with the people who also offer us their strength when we need it.
And finally, we get to the one that's really the foundation of everything, isn't it? Respect who respects you. Because mutual respect, that's the absolute bedrock of any healthy, balanced connection. It's just non-negotiable. By mirroring respect, you're making a clear statement about what you value in your life.
So we've talked about mirroring, all that good energy. But let's be real. What about those relationships where the energy just isn't coming back? This brings us to what might be the hardest part of this practice, but maybe the most freeing. Part 3, the boundary of letting go. Okay, I know this one can sound a little harsh on the surface. Ignore who ignores you. But let's look at this differently. This is not about punishment. It's not an act of aggression. It's actually an act of self-preservation. It's about peace. It is you, calmly and mindfully, deciding to stop pouring your energy into a place where it just isn't being received. So how do you actually do this, without causing a big drama? It's really an internal process, just for you. It's 3 simple steps. First, you just recognize the one-way street for what it is, no judgment. Second, you stop trying to adjust them, just like we said at the start. And third, you mindfully place them. It all happens inside you. And that leads us to this really key action. Place everyone where they belong. And I want to be really clear here. This doesn't mean you're cutting people off in some dramatic way. It's more like organizing your own heart and mind. You're just deciding who belongs in your inner circle, who belongs in your acquaintance circle, and maybe who belongs in your fond memories. It's an act of acceptance.
So, when you start to actually live this way, mirroring the good, setting boundaries with the rest, and mindfully placing people, what happens? What's the payoff? That's what our final part is all about, the beautiful outcome, a peaceful life.
So what are the real rewards here? Well, remember that question I asked at the very beginning about feeling emotionally drained? This whole practice is the answer to that feeling. You start to feel so much less stress in your relationships. Your connections feel more real, more authentic. You stop wasting your emotional energy. And the result of all that? A deep, genuine sense of inner peace.
So, as we wrap this up, I just want to leave you with one final thought to take with you. The point of all this isn't to create some kind of perfect life or to go around cutting people out. The real question, the much kinder and more powerful one, is this: where does everyone belong in your life?